if you're not doing this already as a self-published children's book author, you need to start doing this. Now, I know that when you watch this video, you're probably going to think like, oh, this is too easy, or how is this actually going to make me sell more books? And I promise you, just by doing this one thing, I have gotten my books into more stores, I've gotten more events, and I've gotten more story times. I've gotten so many more opportunities just because I started doing this one thing. And if you don't know me already, hi, my name is Harley, and I'm an award-winning self-published children's book author and illustrator. I've been doing this for about 3 years now, and I have now turned into a professional social media manager and marketing coach for self-published children's book authors. And in this YouTube channel, I just like to tell you about like the tips and tricks that have worked for me and like my real life experiences and how I have come to grow my business over time. And I like to do things really sustainably and realistically and not too overpowering or something that you're just going to burn out from. So hit subscribe if you want to learn more. Now, this one thing has helped me get more connections locally and sell more books locally and have my books stocked in more places because I talk about my books. And like I said, you probably think this is like really, really simple, but in the beginning, when I published my books on Amazon KDP, I was like, low-key kind of ashamed that I was just self-published on Amazon KDP, or I didn't think that my books and my books message were like that important, and I didn't think it was that impressive to tell people about it, so I just didn't tell people about it. But it wasn't until I got over it and I was like, you know what, like what I'm doing, it has purpose and it is meaningful, and like my book's message is important and I want to spread the word and I'm gonna go all in on my book, so I'm just going to tell people about it. And it wasn't until I started telling people about it that more opportunities just landed in my lap. I'm somebody who kind of has social anxiety. Like I overthink things too much. I overthink like relationships a lot. Like I used to struggle to like talk to people about it because I felt like, oh, I'm just like fishing for an opportunity or whatever. But I changed my mindset and I was like, you know what? I'm not fishing for an opportunity. I'm just telling people what I do because people ask me all the time what I do. And I'm like, okay, I should just tell them. Also, recently, I became like a full-time author. Like I became a full-time freelancer because of my author business, and I am cutting back on my hours at my used to be full-time job. My used to be full-time job was a bartender. So I had people coming to the bar and they were regulars and we had really good conversation all the time. We knew each other really well. So they would ask me like, why don't I see you as much? And then I told them like, well, like my business is kind of taken off, so I'm diminishing my hours. And then they would ask me like, what's your business? And I used to beat around the bush until I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that anymore. Like I'm proud of the work that I do and, it's helping other people and helping other people in my situation. So I'm just going to talk about it. And then I told them, I'm like, oh, well, I'm a children's book author and illustrator and I have my books stocked in stores. I do events locally and I just want to free up my time for more of my clients. Like that's what I'm doing. And they were all like, wow, that is so cool. Like, tell me about it. Like, whatever. And then they're like, are your books on Amazon? I'm like, oh yeah, they're on Amazon. They're like, oh my God, send me the link. I want to see the book and I want to buy this for my baby shower that I'm going to soon. Or I want to buy this for my niece or nephew. Like, I'm going to buy this for, whoever. And that is how I got more sales and locally. And also just by telling the right people, they're like, oh, well, I know somebody who owns a store in blah, blah, blah. So maybe you could reach out to them and tell them that I referred you. And that is how I got my books into 3 stores, just from talking about it and people knowing other people. When they say networking is really important, like I didn't understand networking as an importance until like a year ago. And I was like, oh, shoot, maybe this whole talking about my books thing actually has some credibility and some value to it. Another way that you can talk about your books more and like just using those like local networking strategies is if you have young kids in school, like my son is 6, so he's in that age level, like he's in that grade where that is like my target audience for my books. So for every teacher that he's had from like 3K to 5K, I have told every single teacher like, hey, I'm a children's book author and illustrator and my book's about this and I would love to come in and do a story time. And they jumped on it. Every single time they have jumped on it. And I'm like, oh, see, they wouldn't have known if I hadn't talked about it. I got into events because I told people that I know that are like local small business owners who vend at these events that, oh, I'm an author and illustrator and I'm trying to do more events. Could you help me get into this event? Like, is there a really good email that I can contact to get into this event? And I've gotten into a really, really, really big local festival just from telling people that I'm an author illustrator and I would like to do more events. That's also a big thing that I noticed, is that people want to help you, especially people in your network. They want to help you. And I'm just going to tell you right now, like, I literally didn't think that I had that valuable of a network. I was like, yeah, the people that I know are like good and all, but they're not like high value people where it would be beneficial for me. But you never know until you start talking about it. And that's the thing. Like, you never know who knows who. I also got my books in a gym. Like, I got them like stocked in a local like gym's daycare center because I know somebody who works at a gym. And I'm like, oh, I wouldn't have even thought about that being an option until I just started talking about it. And then these kinds of opportunities just show up, which is like really, really cool. So I highly encourage you to just start telling people about what you do, especially if this is what you want to do for the rest of your life. Like, if you want to be a well-known author and illustrator, even if that's just in your local area, you can still make a living doing that. Like, you can still sell enough books. You can do enough school visits just in your local area by just talk to people about your books. And then build upon your network. Like, you know this one teacher, ask that one teacher, like, hey, is there another school that would be interested in hosting me? Like, I would love to branch out more in the community. Let me know. And they will refer you to somebody else, and then you can use that teacher's name for this other teacher to get into a school visit. Same goes for events. Like, oh, make sure to like name drop. Like, once you know somebody or you have gotten into an event, email that person or call that person and be like, hey, I have my book stocked in this store, this store, this store, this store, and I would love to have more stores stock my books. Like, is there anybody you could point me to? Or do you know of anybody that would be interested? Like, try to get referrals from the people that you know. And then this just becomes like a chain reaction. It's like your network just grows without you even trying to be like a high-level executive networking type. You're not trying to do that. You're just trying to meet as many people locally and build relationships with people locally. You help them, they help you. It's as simple as that. And I know this was like a short and sweet video, but like, honestly, this was such a good thing for me to learn. Like, this was probably one of the more important things for me to learn, especially when I'm trying to branch out in my local community. Like, this has been the number one skill that has gotten me into all of my stores, all of my events, and all the school visits that I've done. It's just from knowing people and talking to those people that you know about what you do. Like, it's literally that simple. And don't have any shame around being a self-published children's book author and illustrator, because guess what? You at least published your book. You at least illustrated your book. You at least followed through on your dream and your mission to publish a book. And there are so many people that are like, yeah, I want to do that someday, but then they never actually do it. So you had the guts to do it, and they can't say the same. So say it loud, say it proud. Just keep shouting it from the rooftops, and you never know who's going to hear it. All right, enough of my preaching. If you are a self-published children's book author or illustrator and you want to learn how to market your book more effectively, grow on Instagram, social media, Facebook, and you want to get into more stores, like all that, you want to grow your brand, I've got a bunch of free resources down below that you can download. I email it to you right away, and you can start growing and expanding just from those freebies. So go in the description down below. And make sure to like this video if you found it useful. If you like the video, it gets pushed out to more aspiring authors or self-published authors that just need a little bit more marketing help. So go ahead and like the video and subscribe for more videos. And if you like this video, you're probably going to like this next one.